Parks and Recreation Committee agenda, regular meeting of the Parks and Recreation Committee, City of Bisbee, County of Cochise, State of Arizona, Tuesday, November 14th, 2023, 5:30 p.m. in Toveryville Council Chambers. I'm calling this meeting to order at 5:33.
That was me.
I heard about that. She likes the gavel.
All right, roll call. First, let me welcome Patricia Damon. We call her Trish.
Yeah.
She's going to be our representative from San Jose, which
Yes.
is wonderful.
Tremendous.
So, welcome. We are very happy to have you. I'm going
Happy
to
to
call
be
out
here.
the members, and you'll have to say present.
Okay.
Kevin Cummins, present. Patricia Damon,
Present.
Jane Gaffer,
Here.
Deborah Young,
Here.
Bill Bailey. He's excused, right? Because he
Yes.
told us, yeah.
Correct.
Mel, I don't know that we're excusing Mel. Matt
Yes, he's just absent.
and Logan is.
Can I make a question about Mel?
Not at this point.
Okay.
All right, so the action agenda, we never saw it, so.
It's under you have it now.
It's in red on this one.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so let's take a few minutes to read what happened at our last meeting. Yeah, when I looked at it really quickly, I thought it was just another copy.
Who was Molly?
She said she wanted to be a member, and then before, she is actually,
Oh, so she never.
she had to
Never came
move
to a
back to,
meeting. Oh,
yeah, had to
okay.
move back to Phoenix.
I move that we accept the minutes as written.
Do we
Should I
talk
second?
about the playground equipment? Did it break ground on, or do we talk about that later? Matt, were you able to break ground on the Reuben T?
We're just, yes, that's been done. This is just review and approve the minutes.
This is
Right.
just approval
this
of
is-
what we talked about.
Right, but this is our only time to see if that actually,
No, we can't, that's not the point of this time.
we
This
did-
is
we
just to
can't
review it
question-
and approve that this, you approved the agenda. That's what happened.
So what we talked about was that they will break ground.
Right, and it's not on this agenda, so now we can't talk about it.
So we can't talk about it at all?
Correct.
This is ridiculous.
I didn't write the rules on this, I'm sorry.
You're not Robert? Second, that we approve the minutes as written.
Reluctantly,
All
yes.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, there they are. All right, you're getting all this down, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, old business, discussion on stucco for City Park. It's on the projects list.
Real quick for the motion for approval of the minutes, everybody has to be in, did you have everybody?
Well.
Okay, sorry, I
yes.
missed that, okay, yes.
I'm pretty good at that.
Sorry,
That's
just
the
making
one
sure.
thing I'm good at. Okay, so stucco, stucco
So,
City Park?
stucco, I have that on our project list, and I can show you the project list if you want, but, that's to start on December 4th. We have a new facility maintenance employee that's starting on the 27th, so he will be starting that stucco project on December 4th for that. And I presume he'll be done probably around the first or second week of January, depending on how long it takes and weather and everything, because can't do it if it's too cold, because the stucco won't work right.
Won't stick.
Yeah.
So is there stuff inside the stage and on the wall down the steps?
Yeah, anywhere that he assesses, he's gonna assess the entire area where there's stucco, and he'll be doing maintenance and patches or and all that stuff that needs to be
And
done.
then you'll have to repaint the whole thing?
Yeah.
Or same color?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, would it be a good idea to have Bill talk to him, since it's Bill that it really bothers? So,
Well, Bill's not a stucco specialist.
No, but at least he can say, well, I think this looks really bad, this should be
They're gonna
included.
be doing anything that needs to be touched. If it's
Okay.
bad, they'll touch it.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's
our guy he's pretty much a professional
Let's tell
at
Bill
this stuff.
to do something before December 4th.
I mean, he can definitely look at it, but
And put it on the agenda for next time to talk about how it was done.
It should be all done, because we probably meet in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Matt, last time, it says here, I remember a comment that I asked about how projects are prioritized. So the stucco work is, I think every meeting for the last year or so, we've talked about the stucco work.
yeah.
So this has finally risen to the top, so is it just a matter of crossing things off, or?
And going through, because everything comes up. We've had so much come up over the last year, and actually the last few months even. But I had said at the last meeting it was gonna be done around the end of the year. Specifically, I think I said November, but it's gonna be in December. So, very close. We had some pushbacks of other items that have come up. So,
Yeah, as you know, it continues to be an issue of, there are so many things to be done, and
exactly.
and everybody says, my project is more important than that project.
All right,
So it gets to be frustrating.
any other discussion on City Park? All right, update on the pool.
All right. So last time we talked, we were taking the council to purchase a pump. We also awarded the bid for electrical. At this time, the electrical work is, I would say, roughly about halfway done. All the lighting in the building is brand new. It looks really good. I really like it. And so we still have to have the main panel and meters installed, which that's all been ordered, and I think he has most of that. He's gonna be working on that. And the electrician is also working with APS to get the correct three-phase that's needed for the pumps and the VFD. So that's been a problem for a lot of years, where we've been saying, and even Peter Bongulik is saying, hey, we don't have the right electrical, we don't have the right three-phase, because there's different types of three-phase, which I didn't know. So,
I didn't know there was 3 days.
yeah, so he's working on that to get that, and Jim's Electric Mill is doing a good job. They're working, we had to kind of make a couple changes with the lights that are on the poles on the exterior, because those have to be dark sky friendly, and those, we had to go with a different vendor that the city approves. So those are getting ordered, and then he's already has the lights for the pool, the lights in the pool that will be going into the pool, and the sides of the pool, I should say. So that's going to be something we haven't had for
Years.
a long time, many years. The new pump has been purchased, and it has been delivered to the pool dealer in Sierra Vista. So we have the pump, the strainer, and the electrician is gonna be ordering the VFD, soon. And then, one of the problems we had was the, inlet covers. I don't know what we had discussed before, but, we didn't have really good flow. We had a lot of flow in the shallow end, in those two
Yes.
main ones.
It pushed you off course.
And then not enough in the deep end. So we reached out to, actually, at the beginning of this process with the pool stuff, one of our local retired pool guys, I think that his pool company called Parrot Pools or something like that. He's done pools in Las Vegas and in Tucson and here, Sierra Vista. And so we called him back and was like, hey, can you come take a look at it? There's a couple things that we can't figure out. We don't know, where to go on this. So we had him look at the inlet covers, and he took a couple of the tops, because if you looked at them, somebody years ago drilled into the tops of them for flow.
I saw
And-
those sitting by the
Yeah.
fence.
And they're not, it's not a factory by any means. So it's hard to explain how it is. So it looks like they were supposed to be made to where you could unscrew them a little bit and there was flow from the sides. But that, in our days, that's a big no-no because that's a tripping hazard. You can catch your feet on them, cut your toes, whatever. So we need something that was either flush or something that we could replace with those that had their accurate covers. And he ended up finding that one. Thunder Mountain Pools said, yeah, we can order that. So those will come in on Thursday. So Monday morning, Josh and our parks guys are gonna pick everything up. And then we're gonna be getting another pool company because Thunder Mountain Pools is the dealer, but they don't have the time to come install everything and do everything. So we have to have, we're gonna have the company that did the pool deck, we're gonna have them come back and get that stuff installed, redo some piping in the plumbing room, in the pump room. And then, did I talk to you about the block in the deep end last time?
You mean in the filtration?
No,
piping?
in the bottom of the pool.
No?
Okay. I couldn't remember where we were at that point, what we knew. So after they flushed the lines in the pool, we were able to scope them and they were all clear. We got them really good. But when they scoped in the deep end on the north side, northeast corner of the deep end, and I had the video somewhere, and there's an object.
Yeah, you said there was something
Okay.
blocking one
Yeah.
of the lines,
Okay.
but you didn't know what it was?
Don't know what it is. So, I think Classic Pools is one that did the deck. We're gonna have them, when they come do the pump stuff, also come down here. They're gonna have to cut open the bottom of the pool, and cut the pipe out and replace that section
That's all.
and put that back in. There was decades of junk in the bottom
Like
of those
what?
pipes.
Well, tell us the weirdest thing you saw.
It's just mush that was down there, is really what it was.
No diamond rings?
No,
No.
no. Well, nothing that my guys told me. So,
Somebody might have
It's just
said
like
something.
organic matter crud.
yeah, the guy said, as we got deeper and deeper, it changed. The consistency of it changed.
Oh.
And it got real finer and grittier and mushier and
You needed
Yeah,
an
of course.
archaeologist or something. Okay, this was 1970, this was
Yeah,
1980.
yeah. So,
Hair ties or...
so we're moving along.
Scrunchies.
I feel we're doing good time-wise. We will have to have the pool probably have acid washed, the deck acid washed, and the plaster in different places patched. There's a lot in the steps and some of the edges on top, not on the deck but down below on where the gutters are. There's some places that need to be touched up. And then it's not home free, but we have, we're looking good as far as timeline I'm hoping to be everything ready, and we're turning the pumps on and making sure everything is going good in March,
Wow,
at the end of March.
good for you, Matt. Sounds good.
That's the goal. So we're pushing hard, trying to get that done.
Is there anything else you need, locker rooms or decking or anything else come up?
No. Like I said, the lights are done in the whole building, all the locker rooms, bathrooms, everything.
New shower heads?
Those are adjustable, and we can adjust.
We're gonna bring our own.
So, trying to think, we are gonna have, the pool company also look at the kiddie pool, make sure that's good, for this next year. We don't wanna have the big pool ready to go and then that one just not work this year again. So,
Remember, it's bromine.
yes. And, no, I'm not even gonna mention this, because you're gonna get excited. I'm trying to look at roaming for the big pool, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it. My main goal is just to get the pool
Yes,
Go
but it would
this
be
year.
nice.
That might be something next in a year or two, we'll see.
Well, would you have to change out chlorinators and all that, or?
Yeah, you have to change out all the sound filters. You have to pull all those out and get new bromine filters.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I talked to the guy, the retired pool guy. He did say that, bromine is, it's easier, it's better, it is better, and it's less maintenance in the long run.
Oh, okay.
It requires some maintenance in between, but over the life of it, it is less maintenance overall, so.
It feels good.
It's less corrosive, I think.
Tucson, our Pima County pools are all bromine, and they have been for quite a while.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not promising that by May, so.
But thank you for mentioning it.
Yeah, so that's something that I did talk about and look at least, because I know it's been brought up, so.
Well, that's great. You
Yeah.
can get everything turned on in March and maybe, see if there's any adjustments.
Yeah, it's gonna be, really working with the pool companies to make sure, and have them look at everything, make sure everything's going good. We have to get some new flow meters and, a couple different stuff in there, so.
What about, hiring guards?
We'll start doing that in, February, March, probably.
Good. Good.
Probably closer to March, so I know for sure that we're good. Probably around March is what I'm thinking. We'll start, doing that, so, yeah,
Wonderful.
that's
It
where we are
sounds-
with the pool.
Sounds
um,
wonderful.
Yep.
Um,
Any questions on the pool on that?
What would you think about, getting a cover for it? I know it's not in your budget, but.
Yeah, no, I blew that budget, that's for sure. That's definitely a possibility. The other thing I was gonna mention, or not mention, but is something that, I was talking to the electrician about, cause we're removing that solar, and he said, have you thought about getting a regular heater? I'm like, we've talked about it, that what we really need is an actual heater that's, all plugged into electricity and can heat the pool. I'm not sure what the price is, but the Friends of the Bisbee Pool might have enough money in their fund to pay for one by now, I don't know.
So, in years past, some years guards and the pool manager were really good about putting the bubble wrap cover on, and, it was up to 82. They put it on every night, and, if we could get a pool cover that went on and off easily, with a good, system, I think it could be warm, especially if it's gonna be kind of ready to go. If a pool cover was on there in the middle of May and, on there for a couple of weeks, I think we could do it. It could be warmer without, spending money on electricity or natural gas or something.
Yeah.
What happened to the old one? Because wasn't there a sort of mat?
Yeah, it was too little and really hard to put on and off, so nobody wanted to use it.
And it got pretty sun rotted too, I believe.
Yeah, well, it was left outside in the sun for
Yeah.
a couple of years, so that's too bad, because they're expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, maybe we can come up with some funds. Look about getting a cover or price out a heater.
Yeah.
We put all this money into the pool, so it'd be nice to be able to extend the season.
Yeah, well, it would have to be extended by the Friends of the Bisbee Pool, but yeah.
Yeah, but, if we had nothing, by the end of May, the water is usually like 68 degrees. And people come that first day, they're so excited, because it's been warm, and people remember that. And they come and it's 68, and then they never come back, so.
I have a wetsuit.
Yeah, me too, but everybody doesn't, and it's just, we had such a good year with families,
Yeah.
a year ago, and I just hate to lose, we've lost momentum, but I'd hate to lose that to going back to go, the pool's cold again.
Yeah. One big thing that we need to be thinking about too is at the big picture is, in 10 years, we need a new pool.
But we love the location of this pool.
I know that's what Steve Pocken has said, so.
I mean, because this is, I mean, it's gonna continue to go down, I mean, it's 1969.
Are there
Well,
grants
can't you
for?
leave it in the same location
Yeah.
if you got a new pool? Oh,
You know, the kids are in San Jose, it really needs to be in a
Yeah.
different place, but across the street from my house is such a perfect location.
But yeah, that's something that we really need to be,
Is it easier to get grants for like a brand new?
oh yeah, I believe so, yeah.
They all went in.
I don't know much
To fix something
Yeah.
old.
I don't know much about pool grants or park grants and whatnot, I haven't done much of those. So,
But they would probably need something like that.
yes, yeah,
'Cause
somebody
you're
would
talking-
have to be looking for some grants for that.
Yeah.
And then I know there's been a lot of pools in the same age around the state. I've heard like Miami's, even Douglas,
Douglas Wilcox.
exterior, yeah, all of theirs are falling apart as well.
Well, you know, we swim in a pool in, a couple of them in Tucson, and they're that same age, same kind of system with the big gutters and all that, and I don't know, they're still going strong,
Yeah.
but 10 years is a ways off. Anything else on the
And
pool?
I hope it stays together.
Yes, me too.
All right, we're gonna concentrate on the next year.
Yeah.
One year at a time.
Thank you, Matt, it really sounds good, and we really appreciate that the city is committed to,
Absolutely,
Getting
yeah,
pool,
we
yeah.
definitely are.
yeah, it's wonderful. Anything else on the pool? All right, metal containers we're talking about for the fire or
For the grills,
grills,
yes.
yeah.
And I will admit, I dropped the ball on this. I took full responsibility. I did put in my notes here, as I was sitting here before everybody came, those will be installed by the 1st of December.
What are you gonna get,
So
something?
they're the small metal ones that are like this one that have the lids that slide to the side.
And then will you bury them, or?
No, they'll be attached by, we talked about the sport by like a cable to the grills.
To the grill.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
so, yeah, no, and I apologize about that, I let that slip and I did not,
1st of
stay on
December,
that, yeah.
okay. An update on selling in the parks.
So, I had a conversation, actually, we had a conversation with,
Before you start that,
yes,
just for Trish's benefit, a lot of people were just setting up stands and selling, especially in Grassy Park and stuff.
yeah.
And so we were asking, you know, what the status is and if those people had permits to do that and if there were any steps that we could go. So,
Okay.
so, yeah,
I
thank you.
didn't know that they needed permits. A lot of people just go there and.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
well,
Yeah.
I'll let Matt address
So,
that.
city attorney, stated, and this is for, this is for people that, I'll just say what I have. City attorney has stated there is nothing in our charter and city code that states there can't be people selling in the parks. People need and should have a permit, a parks permit. If they don't, and you know, I see it or somebody else see it, we can talk to them. But I mean, I'm not out there on the weekends.
So they would, a permit means they would go to City Hall and
Correct.
say, you know, I wanna sell my G-Jaws
Yeah,
next Saturday.
yeah,
And they would give you $5 and they could,
yeah, whatever the fee is, yeah, and people do. I think we've had 3 or 4 different people in the last few months that actually have a permit and are you know, selling there. The religious folks that are there, that has nothing to do with selling. There's nothing it's a public space, so there's no reason that they can't be there. So, that's what I got from city attorney. They came up also with talking with,
somebody.
sorry, Cynthia Conway. We were having a conversation with her in the office, and she brought that up as well. And I let her know that as well. So,
Okay. Anything else on selling in the parks? So Bill can stop looking for the no vendor sign?
We had some complaints about people, especially like in Grassy Park, when they could have gone to, the Vista on Saturday Market and set up, but instead they set up in Grassy Park.
Oh,
I've had some of the people well, I should say some, I've had one person that has said, because I do try and push people to the Saturday market. I've done one successful person that has, we don't get a lot that come to and ask for it, but I've had one lady that I pushed there and she's like, I really didn't, it wasn't very good for me there. And she said she felt it would be better there, so.
it's probably cheaper if the city permit is only $5.
I just made that up.
Yeah,
What-
I
how much
can't
is-
remember off the top of my head what it is.
But it's
either.
22 to have a table at
It's-
Saturday market.
Yeah, it's gotta be $10 to $15 for ours, I think, at least.
Yeah, so it's a good deal.
So, it's not, but,
So kiosk in the Vista.
So-
Bill hasn't gotten much back from Michael Page, I guess.
yeah, I know there's been a lot more pictures going up. There's pictures on both sides of it now.
Mhm.
We've gotten the block around the base of it. My guys have installed the block. I don't know, yeah, just around the
Yeah,
base of
so
it.
it's like
It's about
2 feet high.
2 feet, yeah, 2 foot high. They stuccoed the outside for that, and that is for in preparation to add the bricks with donors' names on it. Is what he's
Okay,
what
not
he-
tile, not doing tile.
tile brick. I'm not sure which
Okay.
what they've gone back and forth a couple times. So I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I do know that part. We did the part, and for the city, we don't have anything. We haven't been asked to do anything else at this
Okay.
point.
Do you know if the glass is waterproof? Somebody was saying that the pictures are really.
Yeah, I went and looked at it maybe last week, and the paper, I mean, the pictures are beautiful and the description's nice,
Yeah,
but the paper looks like it's kind of wavy.
yeah. I don't know. That door, that glass door, kind of shifts. It almost seems like there should be a little bit bigger weather strip. I don't know who's
Michael Page?
responsible for that, but yeah.
Very difficult person.
I do know the Bisbee, what's the group?
Foundation.
Bisbee Foundation, I do know this just happened, actually I need to order those, have given us money to purchase 2 more benches to be right by the kiosk.
That'd be nice.
So that is coming, we are gonna be ordering those,
Okay.
so they donated, that money for that.
Yeah, Bill had, I saw him, and he had mentioned to me that he was having trouble, getting together with Michael Page, so.
That's been the story.
That's-
So they were supposed to
The whole time.
meet, and then they didn't meet, and,
Yeah,
he asked me if I would email Michael, and I did, but then, of course, he didn't respond to me,
yeah.
so.
We
We're trying to get this off the agenda, so we didn't ever have to talk about it again.
So, as far as,
Nice.
I don't think there's anything further besides these benches that the city is going to be needing to do on this, unless there's other, down the years, if they wanna add things,
Yeah,
if the Bisbee Foundation wanna add more things to it, so.
it looks really nice, except it's just not quite finished, because, you did the foundation,
Yeah,
but it needs to be dressed up and finished.
yeah, with the tops, yeah. And that'll come as they get donations and stuff like that. I think they'll start adding them as they get them. Unless I think that's how it's gonna go, so. But yeah, that's all the information I know of for the
Okay, but
kiosk.
that's good. We can tell Bill that the city part is done, and
Yeah,
he should just keep bugging Michael Page, I guess. Good luck on that, okay, saving water in the park. That was something
So,
that Deborah thought of.
yeah,
and I totally
yeah.
agree.
And I'm not sure what the policy is for Public Works, but because we've been in this extended drought and you see, dead and dying trees, not just in parks, but, all over town. If you guys had a policy for if you're putting in a new project, or if you're redoing irrigation in any place, to use drip or to talk about using native plants or water saving plants, or I just thought we should talk about what the city policy was.
No, that's great. As far as new, I don't know, cause we haven't done new until, the last time we did new was Grassy Park. So, I know we've put in, native plants even there. I know I can speak on, like, a future, project that's coming is the Bisbee Bikeway.
Mhm.
And there's going to be, I don't know if there's gonna be, we're not prioritizing, plants and stuff like that in the project. If we have money at the end, it's a possibility we'll, put money to, do landscaping. It's probably gonna be xeriscaping right now. That's what it is right now, what we're looking at. But in the future, we're looking to, look at partnering with Project Wildlife probably to get the right plants in there that we don't need to be watering that, because there's no really water to put there. So we need, if we want, landscaping there, that's something that we'll be looking at in the future, so.
We would be looking at, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good, go ahead.
I think Project Wildlife is looking to go in front of the council, possibly, once we've got our act together, and say, if you were thinking of putting new landscaping anywhere in the parks, in the roadways, etc., could it become policy that anything the city puts in is native, and therefore really
Water.
it follows.
Or at
Yeah.
least
Therefore-
water.
And that's something that I think what would be good is if we could, I know there's, probably a place to look, but if we could sit down and look at, like, cause we have like, where people can, buy a tree,
Like in somebody's honor.
yeah, in somebody's honor and whatnot. I don't know what those trees are. I know there's a list of them. If they're, the right trees, that might be something we can look at. And I can, maybe that's something we can bring to a committee meeting and talk about and go over, hey, what trees, should be in here.
We would love to do a list. I mean, we've got lists of appropriate trees and plants and
Yeah.
stuff. We would love to be consulted to hand you a list of the best trees for something.
Yeah,
so that
That's great. Yeah, no, that'd be great, cause that comes up even like in some of our parks where we feel like, we wanna add, I'm not saying right now that we are, but if we wanna add landscaping, to know, be able to grab that and say, okay,
Yeah.
what do we want?
It'd be
Yeah.
nice to have that ahead of time.
Yeah,
So that, I know
absolutely.
you don't have any big plans right now.
Yeah, no, the only thing is, like I said, the Bisbee Bikeway, that's, Bisbee Bikeway is supposed to be completed in May of 2027,
Wow.
so.
What
Good
about
heavens.
New City Hall? Are there landscaping plans included in that?
There is not, but that's something that I want to make an example there, where this is what it should look like.
Please.
That's one thing I wanna do with that, that's one thing I've always wanted to do since cause it was just grass mostly back then, and so, grass is good, and we'll still have grass, we'll have some, I just wanna also add other stuff in
Well,
there
and
as
there are
well.
grasses that aren't so water hungry too. We don't have to go with winter rye and Bermuda.
Mhm.
and
No,
that.
no. I mean, we would strongly object, as would, I'm sure, the bloomers.
Yeah, so that'd be
would
something that we
object
can,
to
yeah,
turf
definitely,
grass.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
And the other aspect of that is, if we're gonna have, trees and plants and stuff, to include it and irrigation in that. Because, for the first couple of years, you're gonna need irrigation for anything you plant.
yeah.
And I think sometimes we think, oh, well, somebody will go water that for the first
No,
couple
they
of
No,
years.
they won't.
And then,
Yeah.
and
Well-
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, another thing, I will tell you one thing that, myself and some of my staff, the new city planner, we're looking at is, for, traffic calming, is using, raised garden beds or, you know, planting beds or something like that in different places, in Old Bisbee or in different areas around town that will, it's called traffic calming. It kind of narrows the road a bit and you add some of those things in different areas. So that's another place.
To direct.
Again, that would be great, but we would object, I think Project Wildlife would object to raised beds. I mean, the feeling at the moment is any rain, if we get monsoons, etc., that land on the tarmac or whatever we call the surface, it needs to go down into the sink so that that gets regulated. This raising of curbs is
Well, no, it wouldn't be curb. It would be like, we'd be doing that as well. We're
Excellent.
looking at areas, because that's one thing that even Logan and I and our city planner have looked at is, you know, if different places, we're not any close where we're actually starting this, but we're researching and looking at where we can cut concrete curbs, let the water go in.
yes.
Yes, we are definitely aware of that.
Valerie Beecham
What
is
we're-
already up there
Yeah.
in Tucson,
Yes,
getting
yes.
learning about it.
Yeah.
Brad Lancaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Logan has been in contact with her.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So, but what I was talking about with the raised beds is actually boxes that are movable. Because like in Old Bisbee, we're looking at, and this is, you know, this is nothing we're looking at in the next couple months. This is, you know, a year away or whatnot, or less, or more. But of areas in Old Bisbee, depending if it's on Tombstone Canyon, they have to be moved from the roadway for like the coaster races and different things like that. So they would have to be movable for types of events for that. So that's one thing we're looking at. We're still looking at places like to do, you know, where the water will go in. There's definitely areas that we're looking in Old Bisbee for that as well.
Good. Thank you.
So we're looking at accumulation, and this is just, we're looking into different things. We're working with planning and zoning with different crosswalk ideas as well.
More
So-
crosswalks.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, yeah, that's something we're
We
working
need
with
one on,
planning.
we need one Safeway across. I saw the cop one day just stop and let somebody go across, you know, because there's a neighborhood, a whole neighborhood, they can't get across, there's no
Yeah.
crosswalks.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I'm sure Bisbee Bloomers and Project Wildlife, anytime we can give advice as to how to grow appropriate stuff in appropriate places, we love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this is probably isn't possible, but the other thing I was wondering is if there's any way to assess how much water is used in parks. You know, like, you know,
Yeah.
and how the grass is watered, and is that the best way to water it?
mhm,
Years ago, I gave you that WaterWise audit, pages and pages, and I guess I kept the very last page because here's the last paragraph. In all the parks, according to the WaterWise audit, too much water was used. And I believe in Grassy Park, the irrigation comes on like every day or every other day. It's
mhm.
crazy, you know. But-
In Garfield, it only comes on when I'm standing there.
But WaterWise is a free service from the county through the extension, right? U of A extension.
Yeah, whether they're still doing that, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Trevor is most certainly.
And they would help, you know, with an audit. I know that, you know, irrigation systems are, but there are things that are getting too much water, and then there are things that are getting not enough. So you could order a WaterWise audit, and they could help you save a lot of water.
So,
Put it on your list.
yeah, can I mention?
Yeah, it really is it's a great service.
Yeah. What were you saying? Dave?
And who would you like, Trevor, who is the WaterWise person for Bisbee area, you know, to come and give people consultations? Who would you like him to get in touch with, Matt?
Yeah, or I mean, really it'd be Josh.
Josh?
would be, he's the park supervisor. And they've
Okay.
been, recently now officially, what is the word? Put in the position officially, because they've never been officially, none of the supervisors were officially,
He's got a new job title.
yeah, new job title with that, so
Is there
they've been
still-
promoted,
Do you have 2.5 guys still?
yes.
Alright, so then, yeah, Josh would have, access to the, cause I think that you give a water, show the water bill to the city council every month and they,
Well, every council meeting there, it's on the pay request,
okay, so
so.
Josh would have access to that he could give to,
And, what's her name, Carrie can run a report easily for our parks as well, on the water.
So she'd be able to separate out what's used in parks.
Mhm.
I mean, the vista must be awful. We're so grateful to you because without the monsoon this year,
Yeah.
I mean, we've still got pretty much 400 plants
Yeah,
still on the drip system once a week,
yeah,
which is
one
terrible.
thing with the Vista that a lot of people don't know is, the Vista, there's a couple of different meters, and one of them is a hookup for our water truck and for our Vector truck. So it looks like, that's one thing, we can't really, and it's the same tap and meter that is for the big sprinkler system. So that's one thing that,
It's hard to
really-
separate it out.
it really throws that off.
So you can't do the upper vista. I'm just thinking, can you say what we're using on the upper vista?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if there's a meter there, and we pay it, then,
Terrifying, I'm sorry. We can do nothing if we get good
Is
it-
radios.
is it a lot? Do you know offhand how much?
the water?
Yeah, the upper vista?
Upper Vista, I don't know. It hasn't been enough that, usually, if it's enough, somebody in the
Joni.
council will bring it
Makes
up.
it live, you know.
Joni will bring it up, or Mel will bring it up, usually Joni, which is fine, I don't mind that at all. And I usually, if I see it, I'll talk to Josh, say, hey, do we have any problems? Cause a lot of times we'll have theft, or we'll have stuff broken.
A sprinkler head will blow out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like at the
drip line's broken,
There's a big pool of water around that one.
yeah, sometimes we've had a lot of vandalism in the last 2-3 months, that more than we've had like a whole year. It's been crazy, we've been experiencing a lot with that.
Or nuts, yes.
Wow.
Anything else about saving water in the park?
So do we have a plan on what we're gonna do? You're gonna have Trevor contact Matt and we'll follow
Yeah,
up?
Trevor can get a hold of Josh, he has
Josh.
business cards and everything now,
Okay.
he's official.
I have Josh's number.
And.
And then we'll keep
He has
talking
said,
about,
Wait a
About
minute,
getting
with
a
Josh
list
or
of-
with Logan?
Josh, you do, J White at bisbeeaz.gov.
Sorry, tell me again.
J White, WHITE, at bisbeeaz.gov.
and we'll, keep talking about coming up with a recommended plan list or?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely, we can bring that on. Anything with water saving, we can definitely, I wanna look at, talk about, and I wanna,
We have
it's
a
not
meeting
really
tomorrow.
in the purview for this, but, I can bring it up in staff comments, actually, I'll do that.
Well, I mean, we had such a good, audience reaction, to the native plant garden, people coming and say, oh, I didn't know this and I didn't know that. And,
Yeah,
if the city can also demonstrate that, I think it would encourage a lot of people.
yeah.
We do have the lists and we have a meeting tomorrow, so I mean, I can get them to you fairly rapidly. I think it's 360 some plants of 62 varieties.
Holy smokes.
On
Yeah,
the
but maybe
list.
they would like a list of like 10 plants with
The most commonly
and 10
used or
trees
something
and
like
5
that.
shrubs.
I don't know, we'd have you talk to Doug about.
Well, or
for
just
that
bring them and we'll
particular-
just do a search or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it on a website or is it just a list?
I'm afraid we are, what's the word, recalcitrant about doing anything on the website,
Okay.
but we have got two young girls who grew up with websites and
Yeah.
Facebooks and things, so we will have it shortly. At the moment, it's just on paper.
Okay, that's fine
yeah.
too. So, yeah, anything you guys wanna add on this for the minutes for this, that would be great, and I can add it in there. And we can put it on for the minutes of things that we wanna have on that, so.
Okay.
All right, so new business, we can't just come up with new business, right? I guess
Yeah, there is no new business at this point.
Well, can I come up with a
Member-
suggestion or
That,
not?
that could
Member
be under
comments.
member comments,
Okay, thank you.
which is
Which is
Right.
Right now. Okay, I have a couple things that kind of pertain to the bloomers, rose garden. We are getting really frustrated with the rose garden. We don't, we've talked about fencing with you guys, and we've spent $500 on fencing, and then it disappeared. You guys took it down, and it seems like the deer might be coming back this fall. So we need to have a meeting, I guess, with you guys. And also, hopefully, we're gonna try this in the next few weeks. The mutt mitt has turned into, I mean, it is so expensive. And, the city's helping out, and so Cynthia Conroy, or, Bisbee Vogue is
It's not
helping out.
Cynthia, it's Bisbee.
But we're still spending
Yeah.
thousands of dollars, well, so altogether, we probably spend almost $5,000 a year on mutt mitts. So, I do have a picture, but in Tucson on the Loop, the bike path, and I've seen them in other communities, they get, 5 or 6 inch PVC pipe, and it's about, 3 feet tall, and they cap it off on both ends, and then they somehow cut 2 big holes in, and people stuff their old grocery bags in. And then people take them out and they use them, and it works. So I'm wondering if you have an objection to us trying that.
where,
Probably take down one of the old, mutt mitt boxes that is falling apart, and just, try it. I mean, it would have to be a place where, lots of people walk by, so in some ways, Vista. They're not pretty though.
I mean, we have I think brand new ones in the Vista.
Right, they don't fit. Yeah, I'm just saying, we don't wanna keep buying this many mutt mitts. It's gotten too expensive for the bloomers to do it.
Okay, then that's something, we can definitely
Okay, here's my.
look at that, but that's something we can,
I mean, could we, okay, you're saying a pipe?
Yeah, it's a PVC pipe and
How big?
it's on the ground.
so is this something?
Well, if it was not on the ground.
No, it's posted, up, so
So
what do you
Ones
want
I've
us to
seen
do?
on
Couldn't it be
on the
attached to the same telegraph poles that
Yeah,
our boxes are? It doesn't have to be set aside. If there's a telegraph pole, take the mutt mitt thing
Okay.
down.
this is what it looks like.
I think it's wonderful.
I've seen them.
Oh.
Totally
Can you see
wonderful.
from there?
Yeah,
So, they are, and then we would make a sticker so that people would know what this thing is. So we thought, we'd try to make a couple of them and see how it goes.
I think it's a
And you
brilliant
just,
idea.
you just use grocery bags. You
Right,
just-
people just stuff their old grocery bags in.
Oh.
See, people seem to have plenty of grocery bags.
Yeah.
Bread boxes, bread bags.
But I would lose my title.
No, I mean, there's no way
Queen
this
of
is gonna.
Bisbee. I
This,
mean,
this is
come on.
never gonna take over, but I just think it would save us some money, we're just,
well, and knowing that too, I can look, and put this down and look at the budget, and if I need to, I can add more money into my budget for that stuff, if council approves, but, I
okay, I appreciate that, so what do you think about trying this?
I don't care,
Okay,
it's worth it. I think it would be good if they were
Could be
painted
good
green.
for recycling too.
yeah, but so it's PVC, so can you paint that stuff?
You can, it'll fade away, just go ahead and try it.
if they're white and we have a cute little sticker,
That's fine. It's worth a try.
yeah, okay,
Uh,
good.
Any other
Thank you.
member comments?
That's all I had.
Jane, I know you had.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so that we're not stymied about what we can talk about, if it appeared on the last thing, for instance, discussion on the Reuben T. Park
Okay.
thing,
And
right,
that's
that
T-Town,
came
right?
up, it was an item,
Okay.
it was an item last,
Mm-hmm.
but because we didn't put it on this
This
one,
one.
we can't talk about it, which would seem to be kind of
Well,
counterintuitive,
under
so,
member comments, you can say, I'd like to know more about what's going on.
why can't we just have it, everything that was on the last
Because,
thing with something?
That's
just-
Robert's Rules of Order.
yeah, that's.
If it didn't get
that's
put
how-
onto the new agenda,
But
which-
why can't we ask Lorena to put everything that was on the last one?
You can,
Well, hopefully we'll
but I don't know
actually
if
be
you
able
want to
to
do that.
finish talking about the kiosk, for example.
I don't know if you want to consider, I mean, talking about, I mean, you can ask me right now if you want.
Is that a good idea or is that a stupid idea?
It's a member comment, and I can tell you in staff comments, how about that?
he can't, yeah,
You can
member comments are just comments, they can't be acted on or
Oh,
Yeah.
replied
okay,
to.
so we can't ask that something,
Yeah, it's just a
Should
comment
happen.
that, member comment, hey, I think this is, good, I think this is, we should look at this, or whatnot. And then we have future items for discussion down below as well. So there's a order we have to,
so that this
Do
won't
things.
happen, the thing about the Reuben T. Park playground, it won't happen again because you've got,
Well, no, we can add it now, right here, for future items for
there
discussion.
you go.
T-Town.
is that needed for future? If I'm
No,
gonna
well,
talk
we're
about
gonna,
it?
he's gonna address it in a minute as
In the
as
staff
long as
comments,
we
I can
as
address
soon
that.
as we move on
But
to
that's
staff
how
comments.
we can,
But yeah,
Okay.
that's how you do that. And throughout between meetings, you can always email her, hey, please add this to the agenda.
Okay.
So,
It's
yeah,
just that we forget.
I understand. Anything else for member comments?
Yes, and again, I don't know whether this is, oh God, it's a request, not a, okay. Mel obviously has, I'm a great fan of Mel's, but he's obviously got way too much to do and can't make this meeting fairly regularly. I was most impressed, you were at the celebration for the Community Wildlife Habitat thing. Joni spoke beautifully. She's obviously really into parks, rec, this, that, the other. Does she have a liaisonship
Oh, yeah.
job? Could
Every-
she possibly be ours? Since it's obviously her subject, probably everything is her subject.
I'll say this, if the chair can talk to Nina about possibly what's going on with our current council liaison,
Okay.
that's the proper channel for
Okay.
that.
I think he's great. Whenever he's here, he has some really good comments and he really moves things along. Really great. But obviously, he's like a lot of the council people are incredibly busy.
I'll just say this, every council member is supposed to have two committees that they go to, at least
Well, I'm
one,
not very busy, but
Okay.
so, yeah.
But you feel you.
Thank you.
I do.
anybody else, member? Would you like to comment?
I would like to welcome Trish and
Yes.
say I'm really glad you have her.
Trish, would
I
you
have
like to
some
say
comments.
something? Yeah.
Well, something that I noticed, I went on the Laverne walkway, and the water fountain didn't work.
It hasn't for ages.
Oh, it hasn't?
No.
Really?
Down in the
By Galena?
the Ramada.
When you walk to the end.
There is,
Yeah.
one of those regular
Yes.
water things.
Yeah.
Oh, good, there's some water.
Yes, no.
There wasn't.
No, you had worked, and that's possible that they turned it off for winter last year and never turned it back on, it was supposed to be a leak, so I'll
Oh,
put that.
that-
this was
very
just a
much.
couple weeks ago when I walked over there.
Thank you for mentioning it, because I just assumed, it doesn't work. How stupid of me. Yes, it would have been lovely to have it working during
During the summer.
Yeah.
During the tour?
So yeah, stuff like that, if you notice things, that's perfect, member comments and stuff we can look at.
Yeah,
Or she could email Lorena and then she could put in
Absolutely.
a work order.
Yep.
So Lorena, is the person who.
Yeah,
Lorena is my admin assistant,
okay.
so
Just-
there's two in public
She
works.
sent me the emails, so
Yes.
you want me to do something?
No, you could, if you see
Oh.
something like that, and
You can.
we only have meetings every 3
I
months.
see,
So
So
you
I
could
can-
do
I
that.
can-
If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate if you did.
okay.
That way, if I forget.
yeah, yeah.
I have a lot going on, so.
Oh, so you want her to do that actual?
Sure.
I'll do it.
Okay.
If she doesn't, I probably will remember, it's just in case I don't. But I probably will.
To
It's on here,
Lorena.
and I have to review this, so I probably will.
Again, and also on that thing, Trish, you from San Jose, I mean, push it, now you, because we haven't had a representative from San Jose. I know
There's no part.
the city worries about everything.
There's not a lot of parks out there,
Yeah, but maybe
but
there
there's a lot
should
of kids
be.
out there.
Should be,
Maybe there
yes.
should
So-
be, if you think.
On the other side, I live
Should be.
on this side of the highway, but on the other side, that's Kidland, over by the,
Yeah, and we are
by the
the eyes,
annex.
we're the
No,
eyes
We have
and
the
ears.
annex, and
Yes.
we have some wonderful things out there now,
Yeah, yeah.
so.
but no parks.
Yeah, Matt, when I was telling Trish what we did in this committee, I've always wished that there was a map on the city website that showed where all the parks were.
I looked it up, I Googled it this morning.
Did you
so-
find-
And,
Yeah,
but
there's
but
a-
it's not from the city, it's
There's a
from
website
somebody
that
else.
shows all the parks, but it's not the city website.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a great idea.
she'll probably still
We've
here.
spoken about that before, so
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, that's how I found where all the parks were, but it's not,
That's something I can use.
it's
Yeah,
not
Old
linked to the
City, let's
city,
see,
but it would be
Bisbee.
really nice
And it
for
would be-
people.
It would be nice if visitors, I mean, the visitors centre had a list of that.
Oh,
Look
here
at
it
all
is.
our parks. If
Well,
you've got
Bisbee
all-
City Parks, and you can get it in Google My Maps, you can Google Maps, but it has them all.
But it's not an official city.
No.
But again, lovely for
You could
people
link it.
who are visiting
Yeah, you can just link this.
Yeah,
with small
If nothing
children
else.
who could.
Okay.
Yeah,
www.google.com.
yeah, all right. Anything else?
Okay.
It's Laverne, what's the last name on Laverne?
Williams.
Williams.
The hugging mayor.
Yes, I know, she introduced herself to me one time in this grocery store. I said, oh, okay. You wanna hug?
Any other member comments?
Nope.
Staff comments?
All right, now I have to remember what I was gonna talk about. Oh, first thing, just wanna give an update for the Ruben T. Garcia Park.
Oh, yeah.
That is complete, everything's installed, everything's put in, we have rubber mulch in there, and that job is complete.
Has anybody seen any kids over there?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Yeah, I talked to the neighbor, she said, yeah, they're,
What park?
the
Tin
Ruben,
Town?
Oh, in
it's Ruben T.
Tin Town.
Garcia.
we're not supposed to call it the Tin Town Park.
Ruben T. Garcia Park.
And the signs are up on all the parks too, thank you.
Yep, that's done.
I'll have to check it out.
So, yeah, my son goes there a lot. Logan's son goes there. Logan's brother's son goes there. Yeah.
Great.
So, and we've seen other kids there as well. So, so that was success. It looks great. And I was real happy with that. What else?
Things that we couldn't talk about before?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what we said we couldn't talk about.
What couldn't we talk about, Jane?
Oh,
Talk
can't
about-
remember, my gosh, it was minutes ago.
Equipment replacements, battery, can we look at it? With the council liaison, yeah, that's something that, the city clerk is in charge of, so anything with council liaisons for committees, would need to go through the city clerk, to be a little bit more on that.
She's right there.
Yes, she is the city clerk. Nina Williams is the deputy city clerk.
Oh,
And Nina does more of the stuff for the committees.
uh-huh.
You know, last time we talked about changing the meeting dates or meeting time. We talked about that last time,
And it didn't get on.
but we never, I failed to put it on the agenda for this time, but how do we proceed for
I
that?
apologize. I had put it on one of the documents I was doing in preparation for this, and it didn't get on here. So I'll look at, figure out what happened. It was supposed to be on here. So yeah, cause I remembered that, cause I looked at the
Notes.
action agenda, I'm like, we need to get that on there. So I don't know why that didn't get on there, but I'll make sure it,
Last time we talked that, I think the process was that we would have to take it in front of city council or make a
No.
proposal or.
if it goes to a vote in this committee and it's 100% approved by the committee, then the city clerk will put it into the city council meeting and they would vote on it.
Never go to.
They approve it or what, or
And it
not.
would just be a one-time thing for them?
Yeah.
So that, what are the parameters? Could we choose like any time of the day, any day of the week, basically?
Well, not day of the week, time, because Nina still has to put that in, because we have other committees that
That
are
are set.
even in the daytime.
So how would we know what's available?
So you can request that you want it at a certain time, and then it'll go from there, and then the date will be whenever Nina can get it in. But if you want it at a specific time, I would vote, the committee would want it on at this time of the day.
Okay, so that's the more important part, is the
That's the
time rather
important
than the day for us? I mean, do we kind of agree on that?
Yeah, well, my thinking anyway was that, to have you guys here, who work, a full day and then have to be the meeting at night, that it might be more efficient if we had it during the daytime
Daytime.
Yeah,
as opposed to at night, so,
yeah, it's fine with me. I have
And we're all
two other
retired.
committees that are during the day,
yeah.
Okay,
and then another one that's not,
Yeah.
so.
So I don't have a 9 to 5 job, and you
so
do.
would like afternoons, or, do you have meetings more in the mornings or in the afternoons, or?
My other meetings, I can just tell you how those, I have one that's at 1 o'clock, and then another that's at 2:30, which, that's tomorrow, my 2:30 is tomorrow.
Those are often, you have those?
No, it's the same as every other committee.
Oh, your other committee meetings,
Yes, my other committees,
okay.
those two are during the day, 1 and 2:30, so, we can look at that, or you can say 3:30, or,
Okay,
Okay,
all right, any other staff or meeting comments?
I think afternoon is better,
okay,
would be definitely, I think even council would like it better in the afternoon.
okay.
Okay, anything else? Future items for discussion, all I have is, park sites on the city website, changing meeting times.
Yes. And then can you wanna send me email me some of that, in case I don't have it on here,
Okay,
if you wanna just email it to me.
And do we know when our next meeting is?
No, we don't.
it's usually February if we kind of keep our every 3
Yeah,
months. And,
yeah. Usually would be around that time.
and we've been doing, Tuesdays at 5:30, so. And it's are we the first? No, we're the second Tuesday now?
That's what
Yeah,
it's
I
been
think this
for
is the
last
second,
bit,
yeah, so we're the
Yeah.
second, so far we're the second Tuesday every 3 months. Okay,
And
is there,
No.
So the second
Go.
Tuesday would be the 13th of February.
So, not set in stone, we don't know. Any other future items for discussion?
Do we
Update
have
on
to
the
put-
pool.
always.
Update on the poll?
update on-
Okay. You both said it, I thought, but I wasn't sure, so.
Always an update on the pool.
All right.
Anything else that wasn't really, I guess, no, the saving water thing.
Yeah, we can definitely, And like I said, you can always, send in, if you think of it, you know, in the spur of a moment, you can email, Lorena and she'll put it in
Okay.
the folder.
And will you talk to the person in Warren
Oh, yeah,
that you are thinking of, so that we can
Yeah.
get that sorted before the next
yeah,
meeting, if it's,
yeah.
and if it doesn't work out, would you like me to talk to David on Spring Canyon to see if he really is interested or not?
Yeah, and I'll see David Friday.
Do you? Okay.
Is there a motion?
I'm trying to remember that.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
No, we wanna stay.
I move
Yes,
that we
please.
adjourn. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 6:38.
You love that, don't you?
I do. It's the only power I have.
Cool.
Alright.
And we're turning off our mics.
Yes, please.